What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to our very first time playing The Outer Worlds on hard difficulty. If you are enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like. If you're not, make sure to leave a dislike. I appreciate all your feedback. And last time we left off, well, we just talked to the main engineering lady, the main lady at the Groundbreaker, Miss Junlei. And let's go ahead and check out her terminal. Daily checklist. Radiator temp, plumbing overflow, life support, crew morale, scheduled landings, checklist maintenance, brush teeth. You can do this, Junlei. Personal files. Back bays. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Mardettes they're free to flush out Mac Red and his outlaws. They're so knotted up seeking warrants and paper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry, boys, not my job. Promenade status. Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Found another listening device in my office. Thing was the size of a toss ball with the cord leading all the way back to sublight. Subtle as always, Lilia. Could have sworn the automechanical chef arrived with a company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. We'll have to look into it. Sprat infestation at the rest and go is getting out of hand. Ethel better not be ranching those critters again, or I swear by law I'll airlock her stall. Okay, messages. You Bedford, my dear lady. The implications of your accusations cause my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding. For what is a board liaison, if not a facilitator of handshakes between great powers, much like the board and yourself? When you do decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Gestures of good faith do not go unpaid. Yep. Obstructionist. The board rejected my request for new radiator parts again, even after I greased their wheels with some targeted donations. Funny thing, when I used my admin privileges to survey the outgoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You chose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript. Let the frog boil a while longer, and now I have no radiator parts. You're playing with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this stuff for fun? Okay. Well, that's kind of our next goal, right? It's to go into here and talk to, Udam. And then we want to check out the elevator, and that's kind of the last, like, new place to explore.
The board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
I think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yep, he sure did.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
He was eaten alive by feral canids.
No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the topic at hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board so interested in Wells anyway?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Why do you think I know anything about, Alex never mentioned Phineas Wells.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
What's this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
I can't tell you where Wells is.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
I'm here about Jessie Doyle. I want her debt settled.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
She's worth more alive than dead. Put her under an indenture contract.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
She's hiding in a sick bay to avoid assassins. I'm sure she'll prefer work.
You might be surprised. But we'll proceed on the assumption she'll be reasonable. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
I wanted to ask you something else.
Be my guest.
What do you do here exactly?
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
I wish we could have gone back and see how much her debt was, but if it was astronomical, I don't know how we could have paid it off. That doesn't answer my question.
I send a lot of messages. Sometimes I read them. Every once in a while, I'll impound a ship if I want to feel alive.
Can you get me to Stellar Bay?
Good law. Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So no?
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No would have done it. You didn't have to crack open a thesaurus.
Best to be clear, I believe.
Does it seem hot in here to you?
Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you... excitable.
Don't talk to her that way.
Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference.
Take it back. Now.
I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Does that work for you, Parvati?
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Why are there armed guards in here?
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
To watch your back, you mean?
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
You call keeping offices on this promenade benign?
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
What are those locked doors in the back?
A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
Does the chairman visit here often?
Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
Okay.
Ask away.
We're leaving. Requires Udon Bedford's passcode to unlock. I wonder how tough these guys are to take out. I don't think we'll try it. Okay.
You seen this man? Reward offered for information.
So one last place to go and check out,
Report any sightings to your local board.
and that is up here. Oh, this is the back base. What do we have in the back base? God, we have so many quests right now. We need the nav key first. Locate a security terminal on the Groundbreaker. Ask Kaige-O about the SAM unit. Ask Parvati about Junlei. Talk to Ellie. Okay. Find Captain Irion on Skilla. Hunt down and kill Captain MacRed. On your ship. Different planets. Purchase a nav key to Stellar Bay from Gladys. Alright, that should be down here, right? And so should the parts.
Who the... Hey, MacRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Alright, buddy. Say hello to everybody. Can't be up here. Alright, let's go ahead and pop a quick save and see what's going on.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I'm here for some parts Junlei sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
What are you doing to that poor engineer?
We were just sitting in a circle, sucking down exhaust fumes and toasting to the memory of our brain cells. Making this broken angel fly again.
So can I grab that part then?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
How about I just kill you and take the parts? about we just die? How about we just die? That works too. Okay. Inventory. Base health. Use that. Natural health regen. Pop that.
Look at. You can.
Okay. Persuade. Here for some parts. What are you doing? So can I grab that part?
Got a fight on. Captain! You're wounded!
You got it, Captain!
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get these attacks in.
May the law have mercy on you. I won't.
Dude, those companion attacks are so sick. I love how it goes into like cinematic mode. Whew. That was one of the toughest fights we've had. That was intense.
When the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place, we'll cut them off.
There's his lighter. Skill points and perk points. Okay, so we're seeing where we need like 40 dialogue now. Let's get everything up to 30 at least. I'm gonna get you guys up to 50 for the most part. Maybe science to 35. Let's do something like that. And then for our final tier 1 perk, XP from companion kills, damage when alone in party, walk speed, sprint speed, companion crit chance. I might go the ability to fast travel when encumbered. That could be really nice. Could be really nice. Maybe we go like base armor rating. Companion crit chance kind of sounds nice as well. I might go for that. Ooh, TTD to restored per kill. I gotta remember to use TTD. What is that? Q? Yeah. We don't use TTD nearly often enough. To be fair, that was like our first big fight in a while too. Interesting. We are getting plenty of gear in here, though. Is there anything to loot back here? Assault rifle. Oh, we had an explosive barrel. And all this extra carry weight is so nice. Alright, what is this? Junior mycologist log. When I settled on Groundbreaker, I thought this would be my gateway to the stars. The beginning of my epic tale as a spacer. Now I grow shrooms for a bunch of outlaws, not even for selling. They just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew have been tripping for weeks. Suppose it could be worse. Heard of a sublight contractor who got dissolved in chemicals and flushed down waste treatment for stealing from Lilia. Now MacRed always... He's always happy to see me. Calls me his fungus lad. Update. MacRed has just set a man on fire for having his laces undone. Shit. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. Ought to find something that calms him down. Time to experiment. Okay. Is that gonna be everything over here? I think so.
This place is falling apart.
Can't spell Groundbreaker without broken. Oh, wait.
That's pickpocketing?
Great work!
That's cool. I didn't realize we could pickpocket. Okay. Anything good up here at all? Well, there's the radiator parts.
She's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Boom. Nice and easy. Close padded helm. I think that's everything we had to do down here. Quest-wise.
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
I can. I did it for 70. Believe it or not. Okay. Does look like everybody's woken up though. Nobody left in the chambers. I think that's everything down here. Okay, so we can turn in the bounty and we can talk to Junlei. Yeah, let's go collect the bounty first. Can we fast travel over there? Might just be faster to walk it, honestly. Won't this allow us like a tour? I want to say.
Rizzo's mock apple cider.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Good news, I killed Captain McRed and I roughed him up before I did him in.
I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Okay, I'll be on my way.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
Chief Tennyson?
Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship.
Apparently we didn't ask
Does
him
a
this stuff
real
before.
Great job of it too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
Could use some work. Any pointers?
Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister?
I'd really like to get... What can you tell me about Sublight Salvage?
They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and contractors in the system have worked for her. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning.
I'll need you to explain that.
Let's say there's been times when I heard somebody needed a thing, and somebody else had such a thing, but they weren't inclined to sell. Now let's say the one who had the thing suddenly found theirs missing, and the one who needed got one. If anyone asks, Sublight says it got salvaged from an old wreck. Case closed.
So they're criminals, but they have an office on your promenade deck?
If anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down a long time past. They always got, what do they call it? Deniability? Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead, Sublight says, hey, independent contractor, not our responsibility. But everyone knows what they're doing, top to bottom.
They're working against the Halcyon board?
Against is a strong word. Let's say that if you need something the board ain't inclined to sell, you might look to Sublight to get it. You might pay Sublight a shitload of bits for it, but that money gets passed on to their contractors, so in the end, it's still business.
You must admit, there is a beauty to the order of it. Everything operates within the constraints of the grand plan, even organized crime.
People do what they gotta to get by.
Alright, that's enough.
Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much and Commandant Sonia's gotta reprimand me again and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this.
Good God. Really like to get back there.
Yeah, I'm getting that, but this area's off limits. I told you. You did take care of McRed. About the only thing that'd make Commandant Sonita happier is if this heat problem were fixed too. Maybe she'd give you a thank you tour after that?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So let's go turn that in then. Journal. Happiness is a warm ship. Or spaceship. Turn this in. And then I'm hoping once we get like this done and then
architect forbid, become lost.
Okay. I'm hoping that we can go off the Groundbreaker and start exploring some other planets, do some quests, elsewhere. Here you are, lady.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
I got the parts for the radiators. What now?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
I'll make my way down there.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Alright, where are we going? Down this way. Alright, let's quick save in case something bad happens here. Gosh, that guy's shooting fireballs. Somebody take care of that thing.
I smite you in the name of the law.
Dude, I love it. I love the companion abilities. Alright, we got a terminal. Archive logs and transmissions. Arrival confirmation. To HHB Earth HQ, transmitted via probe archived at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers, and supplies at their intended colony worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post for repair stop and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I close this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we left behind. Chief Kaige. A stern reminder. Some very rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stamped on my butt. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities. Period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on the ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly. I like it. Screw the corporations. Up the ladder we go. Oh God. Okay, don't get too close to that thing.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Easy does it.
Barge, you say? Is there a way to hack these? No.
Fate shines on us today.
I don't think he'll be repairing that one, Junlei. Sorry.
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Oh boy. Ah, I love it. Down here we go.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
I've had quite enough of you. Try something else.
Kind of ballin', man. We're ballin'. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do this thing, shall we? Lithium fluid pressure at 23%, solid state radiators at 102 capacity, PCM heat sinks are at 98% capacity, ambient station temperature plus 8 degrees Celsius, machinery shaft temperature plus 29 degrees. Cycle droplet pumps. Reminder, non-expendable personnel must exit the maintenance shaft before activating the cycling protocol. Cycling successful. Logs, cobbled together. The staff is getting restless. Workaround and half-cocked solutions are all we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? Groundbreaker's real test will be seeing if our independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet. Old plans, new problems. Found some of Chief Guiying's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half of her career patching it up. A lot of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers, I also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docks. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround in the guts of this old bird, it's like I can feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Oh yeah.
You really in jail, Mr. Max? And you were our vicar?
Yes, but as I've repeatedly said, I was assigned there as a vicar. I was not a prisoner.
I just can't believe you'd lie.
I was not lying. It had no bearing on my ability to minister to my flock, and was therefore not worth mentioning.
Alrighty.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your radio.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Nice. We'll be on our way. She said Edna. Yes, this lady.
You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time.
Why would we run out of time? You headed somewhere?
Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon.
So is this the Groundbreaker's message center?
Well, yeah. The comm center routes all messages within, to, and from the Groundbreaker. We also switchboard most of the message traffic throughout the Halcyon system. Of course, we're about to go dead, so I may be reappropriated to Architect knows where, doing law knows what, soon enough.
Why are you about to lose the comm capabilities?
Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
And that's our problem, how?
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
Can't the board handle the messages?
Sure, I mean they got their own relays and all, but they'll only send along messages the corporations pay for. And then they charge folks to send messages back, often more than they can afford. And none of that money goes to the Groundbreaker. Just tightens the board's grip on our throat.
Don't you charge people for messages too?
Not nearly as much, and that money goes to keeping the station operational, helps keep us independent. If we lose the message fees, the entire ship will feel the pinch. Before long, the only place for people to trade words and goods will be on Terra 2, right under the board's control. That'd spell the end of Groundbreaker.
How are you cut off by losing one relay station?
Well, we wouldn't be utterly and completely blacked out, but we'd lose the majority of our comm traffic for sure. Ships and colonies on Terra 2 need a clear line from their communications towers to the Groundbreaker for the transmissions to make it through. If it's not clear, they transmit to the closest relay station, which stores the message, then passes it along when our orbits align.
Can't ships relay messages to each other?
That they can, and they do. But only between ships owned by the same corporation. No corp will authorize sending messages through a ship owned by a rival. And no corp will relay messages for the Wildcat freighters, not without charging them more than they'll make in a single haul anyway. That's why we're the message hub. The Groundbreaker's neither corporate owned nor board controlled. Our comms are neutral.
What about the other auxiliary relay stations?
The others won't be in orbital range during the occlusion event. Isn't it some law of the universe? The relay I gotta rely on is, of course, the one on the Fritz.
Sounds like it's time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief.
I could check out the relay, no need for official sign-off in that case.
I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh?
What do you mean?
The relay stations orbit the edge of the Halcyon system, so they tend to receive the majority of any transmissions from Earth. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
You just let the messages from Earth sit in memory on an orbital relay?
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them.
Okay, I'm off. Boom. Okay, do we have any other quests here? The nav key, Phineas's weapon, travel to relay, distress signal, Skilla, talk to Ellie. We gotta talk to Ellie. And then a lot of stuff is on our ship. So let's talk to Ellie first. We probably didn't handle this quest in the best way, but we'll see how it goes.
C&B chicken at the dam. We know our C&B.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
Are you saying you'll work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
What exactly did Jesse do for you anyway?
She helped me win a bet.
What was the bet?
We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
And?
And, as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
So she saved your life.
Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet.
You really don't like owing people, do you?
It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin.
Welcome aboard, Ellie.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Meet me on my ship. It's docked by the promenade.
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
I do think I'm gonna replace the vicar. Just don't feel like he's a cool character. I really enjoy his companion ability just because it's cool. But personality wise, it's kind of for my current run, I think. Already gained another level though. Okay. I think I'm gonna boost this up by 5. Ooh. Oh, we gotta specialize now? No kidding. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So what? I mean, maybe we should get them all to like 50 first? I think she'll help with medical. I'm gonna hold that off then. Let's get determination. Adds to companion health. This also helps with damage bonus. I'll do 2 and 2. Let's do something like that for now. Dang, we gotta specialize skills now. Perks available. Chance to extract mods in the field, melee damage, armor rating, range damage, threat generated, base health. I'm gonna go base health with you. Companion ability damage could be nice. Reload speed and equip time. Ooh, when she performs her ability, recharge some of your tactical time dilation. Chance to reset ability cooldown on ability use. Nice. Yeah, you help with hacking. Dialogue combat. Increase the duration of your dialogue combat effects? What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. I guess. Okay, so now that we finished that, now we need to locate the security terminal, which we should be able to do just by talking to them. They said that we could get a tour.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one?
Hey, bounty hunter. You're welcome here anytime, so long as you ain't loitering.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
I'd really like to get back there.
Yeah, I'm getting that, but you have done a lot for us, Captain. I'll talk to the Commandant about scheduling a thank you tour for you. Maybe check back in a few days.
Come on, Lee. I've done a lot for you all. Why the wait?
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
Awesome. Now it's no longer restricted.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Terminal. Confiscated goods. Detained a freelancer who was cagey about his business. Confiscated his personal belongings while he waited for questioning. Modified pistol, hatchet, metal hoop, prayer beads, locked container. He fled before we could get down to it. Left his things behind, so they're stored in the back of the security station until the idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be never. Security logs. Sublight put a bid on one of our impounds, Generous 1-2, negotiate for the usual finder's fee, and then give Lilia her salvage. Brawl at the Lost Hope, Freelancers versus Board, Freelancers 1, arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne's ship impounded by order of Udon Bedford, still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that board snake. A guy from the back bays roughed up the Moon Kid, raving mad, warned me that the moon was gonna bring about the end of times. He was flying high on whatever MacRed grows down there. Got a sworn testimony that MacRed was spotted at the Rest and Go, not that anyone will corroborate on it. Reminder to keep an eye on Gladys. Eject docking records data cartridge. Boom.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Okay. Ah, this goes here. Can we close this door?
You're an artist, Captain.
Ooh. Alright, good sir. I'm gonna need you to leave. Don't worry about checking your inventory. I'm sure it's all here, buddy. I'm sure it's all here. We do need to sell or break stuff down. I know our inventory's getting full. Yeah, we got 7 weight left. Quick, take it all. Alright, just a few more things. Just a few more. Patience. Patience. Let's make sure we quick save, just in case we end up getting caught. Nothing to see here, buddy. Ah, and we robbed them blind. Alright, let's get on out of here. There is a workbench right on over here, so we'll go ahead and hit this first. Out of curiosity, we did get like a special, the Montag. Energy, 189. It's actually better. Has a chance to stun. We're using like all big boy weapons now. We didn't apply yours, did we? We're gonna give you health. 24 armor. Welder's engine. Ooh, plus 15 engineering. Yeah, this has to mean like that it's a tool. Oh, this is I know what gun this is. This is the gun we didn't really like. I don't know if we should be keeping the tools. We really need to keep all this stuff? Let's see. I freed up a little bit of weight. You're using the tactical shotgun. 319 DPS? Good lord. This assault rifle's better. Like, maybe just giving you guys, like, the best armor. Break down the shotgun. Repair all equipped. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good for now. Now, what we can do... Give the data cartridge to him.
His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Sounds good, let's go. Okay, so now, track down Reginald Cheney on a Monarch. So now let's ask Ada about the SAM unit. We'll go ahead and head on the ship.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Oh, is Felix gonna tag along?
Hey, you got a second?
I think he might.
Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Alright, Felix, tell me why I should hire you.
You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
I'm enjoying this. Go on.
Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress.
Let him continue.
Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
Why not? I've heard enough. You're hired.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
We'll see you in the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Okay. Man, now we got 2 new companions to check out. What the heck? It's too much. It's too much happening. I don't want to get rid of Parvati. She's probably my favorite so far, but I want to check out the new companions. But we are going to go ahead and end things here for today. As always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.